Okay, looks like it works. The title is correct. I'll just open it up in another window so I see the chat, and let's also paste the link in Slack. Oh, my Slack is turned off. No more people are joining. I'm wondering how it's. So in my Zoom, my setup is that I see all three of you on the screen, but in the live stream, I just see my face speaking. I was always finding it weird to like participate and listen to the recording. I wonder if I can multi-speaker. No. No, I don't see any settings for it, unfortunately. Okay, so we have working group meeting, message from Bami, and now me putting link. Okay, now we can start. So yeah, welcome on the AsyncAPI community meeting. My name is Łukasz, and I'm your host today because Bami is probably somewhere flying to Lagos for the conference. On the during return the meeting, I'm not here alone. There's Bami with me and Bad Antonio or Mr. Gold, right? Mr. Gold.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you need to pick one. And yes, so let's have a look what's in the agenda. So first few items are from Bami. Updates from last meeting. So would you like to let me share a screen for others so they can see what I'm talking about, and then Bami, you can give an update. Bami, you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, you can see the screen I'm sharing?
Yes, I can see it. I'm trying to we do not have electricity, so I'm trying to get another source of light lightning here. So hello everyone. I'm Bami. So I'm going to be giving the marketing update. So yeah, we have most of the updates are conference related, the conference promotion is related, and we have finished, we have wrapped up promotion for Monique, and thank you, Lucas, for the videos and the pictures. Yes, we have wrapped up promotion for that, and the highlights video is also out. For Lagos, yes, speaker promotion is done, but an agenda has been reviewed, but we are still on the event promotion. I still dropped like a video couple of hours ago. It's up to an hour. Yeah. So we're still like doing the back-to-back promotion for Lagos up till the event date. And the next up is the Bengaluru CFP is closed. And currently right now the content calendar for the event is in progress as well. Yeah, so I think that's majorly it for the conferences. However, I started the promotion of Paris CFP as well this morning, which is not in the CFP this morning, and we are going to be adding other promotion alongside immediately Lagos wrap up next week, like the online conference and also the California Open Source Summit that we are going to be attending next year. So all the promotions are going to be starting after the Lagos conference. But yes, we are pumped about Lagos. We are looking forward to seeing everyone there. So if you're in Lagos or will be around Lagos, just make sure you find your way to the API conference Lagos on the 18th and 19th of July. All right, so moving on. So for Bangalore, we are just waiting for some of the assets when the speakers are confirmed for Bangalore to start the promotion for the event as well, the speaker promotion. So next is the webinar and the spotlight series, which I still have. I still drop a message for Roy to give a final review because some of the maintainers have approved that PR, but I think it is remaining just one person for it to give it a final approval. So that's what for the spotlight series. The Maya story is still there as well. And we have the Ugo story. I'm currently talking to Florence. I've not gotten feedback from her as well. We want to also spotlight her, the community. So I think people in pipeline for interview is Tuli and Ace and Florence. So trying to get interview with the three of them. But we have Ugo and Maya already.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. I can help you with Florence because
Oh,
like she's a maintainer in Generator, so
oh,
I
nice.
it's easier on for me always to reach out to her. I mean, at least like I know that my DM she's gonna read, so I can just basically ping her to reply to your DM.
Yes, that would be nice because I have like been message. I still dropped her another reminder yesterday when I saw that she was online, but there's still no response. So
Yeah.
hopefully I get a response on time. Um, and that is it about the spotlight. For the webinar, we have a lot of folks in the pipeline as well, but the series is not going to be starting until uh autumn. Yeah. So we are confirming speakers right now. I spoke to I want to get his name back. Timon back, and we are having the alignments call next week Monday. He said he's going to be available next week Monday for it. So we are having the alignment call to talk about this topic and what we expect for the webinar So yeah, that is basically it for that. And then we still have Gary in the pipeline as well, and Frank, and other folks that I've reached out to and I've not gotten back. But I mean, immediately after the summer, we have some of the speakers that will be going up, but we just need to have alignment call with them and fix a date and a topic so we can start promotion for the webinars. So yeah, that's the updates for that. And yes, for the guest invite and scheduling, as you mentioned, Lucas, I've been trying to do some research on possible platforms that we can use for registration apart from Zoom, because I checked Zoom and I realized that we are not on the plan. I don't know if we can upgrade to that plan, but yeah.
I mean, it's all about the money, right?
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I didn't see the amount they'll be charging for that. And if they support open source projects, I don't know.
so they for sure not, unfortunately, because we already pay for our Zoom accounts. So that we would have to pay additionally, but we can afford it. It's just a matter of like
How much more?
I mean, even because I don't remember the amount. It wasn't like devastating. Let's say it's a good I mean fair amount, I would say, for such functionality. Um, but it's all about like, is it worth it? That's it. It's
Mm,
like with buffer, like we can pay for buffer if it's worth it, if it's solving some issue. So if there's no alternative in the end, if there would be no alternative and Zoom is the best and best to use Zoom
yeah,
webinar, then we just have to go through TSC voting to approve the costs, and
okay.
that's it.
Yeah, but then I am also checking other registration platform or events platform that can we can also integrate with Restream. And I was checking Luma and Eventbrite and one other one that is actually open source. But yes, the when I went through the pages, maybe because I am not currently using it, yeah, is Pretix, pretix.ue. Yeah, let me get the link here. So I'm still trying to like get the best one that we can use, but I will need to run some kind of demo to know the specific one that can work, especially integrating it with Restroom, since we are going to be using Restroom for the webinars and any of the meetings. So that is what I am currently like researching on. So I might have a full um update by next meeting or before next meeting, basically.
Yeah. Awesome. My request would be only please remember, like the best would be if you open an issue in community repo. So you basically document your findings, because later on, like if at some point of time we decide, okay, we have to choose Zoom, which means we have to do voting on the additional costs,
Yeah.
then when we're gonna be calling for vote, we need some, like some
It
information
context.
for
Yeah.
this, for a context exactly. So just on regular basis, like put notes somewhere or put it already directly in some issue,
Okay.
so we have it basically.
All right. Cool. Okay. Um. And that being said, no prayer problem. Okay. Yeah. Was I the one that added this or finalizing content guidelines? Okay, yes. Oh, yes, for the webinar. It's for the webinar. I lost my line of thought. So I added like a disclaimer to the webinar documentation, and that is we don't have there is no product promo for any of the speakers that is going to be speaking at the webinar. Is purely topics that can educate the AsyncAPI community and developers, basically. So yes, and that's is also ready. The document, I mean, the PR was merged like earlier this week, so or last week. So we have it ready as well. I'm dropping the link here. Um, so we have our webinar initiative documents, and this is something that I will be attaching to all the emails and messages I send to the speakers for them to get grasp of what the initiative or the webinar is about and what also they expect. This is what I also take to the meetings, the alignment meetings I have with them or the initial call. So yeah, basically that is it for marketing.
Awesome. Thank you. A lot of stuff. And now I realize I forgot to say something at the beginning, like why you give this update here at the community meeting, not the. So we basically had a discussion that like community working group is so well attended and so well visible that basically it's better to always discuss marketing stuff here because there's a lot of overlap. So that's
Yes.
why we do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So Bami, thank you so much. Now another topics we have. So okay, my can wait. Ace, the creator, put items and his so Ace have no excuse. He's not flying. But let's see what I can give like what update I can give in his name. So AsyncAPI mentorship program 2024 wrap up. Yeah, so as far as I know, it's done because I could see that the alignment channel between mentors was archived this week by Tuli. And also I see on the Open Collective that like basically majority of payments went out. So I think basically this item is written here basically to indicate that Async API mentorship is done, the 2024 edition. There will be some blog post, but I also wrote a suggestion, yeah, in private because it was just a spontaneous idea. But something to discuss is that like basically I told Ace that maybe would be interesting to somehow align with the online conference. Because what we were doing in previous years when we were doing online conference was that we had a rule that except of the regular speakers, we also have our mentees showcasing what they did. But then, yeah, of course, if in the past we had 3 days online conference, now it's 1 day. So it's a matter of like figuring out with other um, folks, like if maybe we would extend or maybe like I on my own don't have all the details about the online conference, so it's hard to discuss further. But yeah, that was my just rough idea.
Yeah, I think we did something like that too last year. We had about two of the GSOC mentees to come talk about their projects and their GSOC experience. So we had two of them that joined
Oh, okay.
us the conference last year. So we can have the same thing this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuan was presenting my one of my
Yes.
mentees. Yes. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, next one, transitioning to maintainership model and the why behind the change. So yeah, the thing is that what we were doing with Async API mentorship in the past was that we basically tried to mimic GSOC, plus modify GSOC rules by saying mentorship is not just for code, it's also design and docs. But we also last few years discuss openly that the project is not much suffering when it comes to the amount of contributions. It's rather suffering by the amount of like lacking the amount of maintainers. And we started experimenting last year at GSOC. The first experiment was that I submitted a project which was not a feature development, but it was called generator maintainership. By the way, if you're gonna hear some noises, just let me know because it's super hot in here, so I have to have my windows super open. But also my kids just went out and they're super loud, so if you hear them, just let me know. I'm gonna close the window. And so during GSOC, that was the first time we did it. That's what. So Yuan and Mintu, they were participating in GSOC, but the idea was to train them to be maintainers Then we did it for two different repositories with AsyncAPI mentorship program. Now we're doing it with two different repositories for GSOC again. And basically, the idea is to transition AsyncAPI mentorship fully into the maintainership model. So basically that it's AsyncAPI maintainership program, or maybe it's still called AsyncAPI mentorship program. But the idea is that the only type of the projects that will be accepted is when maintainer focuses on training mentee to become maintainer of a given repo. It doesn't mean that somebody will become maintainer. We're not promising that somebody will become maintainer, but we're promising that somebody will be well trained to be one. But yeah, I just see the note from Ace. I haven't discussed it with Ace, so we would of course need to hear how that's going to happen. What are deadlines? I don't really know what deadlines are for that. Where the start is taking place. Do you have any other questions about this one?
No, no, I also I'm following. So no.
Hmm. But Antonio, anything from your side? All good?
No, everything's okay.
Mm. Okay, so last but not least from Ace, new challenges introduced to GSOC in our mentorship program. So I know we had challenges in when the GSOC started, but not sure what are the current challenges. Yeah. But yeah, GSOC is always bringing challenges. Like last year during GSOC, it was interesting because we were participating as Async API, but also we had a few projects pushed by Postman, and then Postman laid off a few maintainers, so we had a lot of chaos that we had to organize with GSOC. Then in March, we had some impersonation issues with applicants, and I know that we're writing a blog post about it. I don't know what new challenges showed up. So yeah, we're gonna have to leave it for the next meeting. Ayush, changing the strategy of the selection process in the mentorship program. Don't know what that means, but yeah, let's discuss. So Ayush, just drop maybe a discussion or something so we can discuss what you mean. Onboarding new members in the projects. Yeah, maybe that's somehow related to maintainership. I don't know. Um, okay, Hacktoberfest. Now, that's from me. This one maybe will be faster to discuss, but no, let's skip to others. Maya, hey, wait. So if people put so many comments, where are they? Maya is maybe no. Maya is not that far from Lagos, right? So she's not doesn't have to travel to Lagos 2 days
Yes, yes.
before. Okay. Okay, so let's just go through what Maya wrote. So online conference design update for issues left. Okay, Bunny, do you know maybe?
Yeah, this one is majorly for the online conference, and Amaya is paired in the online conference for this year, and she's also creating some designs that will be needing for the online conference. So I think majorly she's just saying that she has 4 issues left for the design, and they are also open for collaboration. If there are designers that want to help out, they can check out the design channel on Slack. She listed some of those issues on Slack there.
Okay, thank you. So it's not just designs related to marketing, it's probably also designs related to the outline in the rest stream and all
Yes,
that
yes,
stuff. Okay.
all of these, yes.
Okay. Do you know if she has also issue to create design to make sure that logos of sponsors are visible?
Uh, I am not, but it's something that we did last year, so I would assume that we're also doing it this year. But I
Okay.
can give her a heads up for that.
Okay, because to make sure that from marketing perspective, we like
Yes, definitely.
respect
We
the
had that
sponsors.
last year too.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. GSOT project update. Have no idea about this one. Brand project update.
Yeah, for this brand project is the rebranding she's doing for whole of our social media branding. And I'm going to share the link to the Figma. She's working on rebranding all of our um media 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 posts. Yeah. Maybe some of us have noticed it. Most of our design template has changed for the past couple of weeks now, especially our sponsorship design and the new TSE, even the one I'm using for the board members right now. So that's basically what she's working on. She's rebranding all of those designs and putting them in a central folder where everyone can access it. That's the GitHub. I mean, that's the Figma link right there. But I just think the update she wants to give is probably where she currently is right now and how many design left or how many brand left she wants to work on. But all of the ones she has worked on can be found in this Figma link.
Okay, thank you. Code of conduct. Oh yeah, this. So the what I mentioned about GSOC and this situations we had in March, we were writing an article about it to be fully transparent with the community. So that's almost published. And reminder, everyone should. Oh yeah, yeah. A reminder, like always, don't assume bad intentions whenever you think something is wrong with the community. There are people like Maya, like Ace. You can also reach out to me whenever there are some concerns, some personal issues, and let's try to solve them. Don't leave the community without trying to, yeah, get help. Next one. Oh yeah, that's agenda, which I missed. Tuli will be disappointed with me so much. Thank you, Tuli, for preparing the agenda that I did not follow. So yes, I did welcome people, and I did not briefly share the agenda. So 1-1. That was something that was done by me, except of developer weeks. So yes, look, we have super nice, cool thing on the conference.asyncapi.com. Chak chak. Nice pop-up reminding that we're gonna be in US in 2026. Pretty
Yeah,
nifty.
I also added that we are picking up the promotion immediately after Lagos conference wrap up.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Let's see. Let's see how people react. Because I remember that so many different sponsors, so many different people were always asking like, "Hey, are you ever gonna be in US?" So yes, we're now in US. So online conference prep, we don't know much. We're gonna have to wait until next meeting with Maya. Although Maya, if you're listening to recording later, you can also provide a detailed update in community channel in Slack. Also, Slack allows you, like sometimes I like to use it, that Slack allows you to record audio or record screen. I sometimes use it to provide updates to others. So we don't always have to wait for the meeting. What was their governance board updates? Oh yeah. Yes. So yes. So yeah, governance board update. So we know who becomes the governance board member when that was already communicated in Slack. So these are 3 people. I saw there was just only Fran shared on the social. You're muted, Bami.
Yeah, sorry. Tuli is going today, this evening as well, and then I'll be posting the last governance board member tomorrow. So we're doing
Okay.
it one after the other.
So just quick note from my side. So it's we're gonna have three. So governance board is replacing me. I'm stepping down as an executive director. And as a replacement, we're gonna have this year three board members. And I showed four fingers. Three board members. But the plan is that minimum we should always have five. So, but we don't want to have a situation where we have every 2 years elections, and for example, we have to exchange the whole board, all five people, because it's going to be hard to share knowledge. So we are going to have three selected are now, and the other two will be selected next year. So then after 2 years, when we have elections, then we just switch again. We change only three members, but there are already two experienced members. And it's really very important because I know, for example, that I'm stepping down as an executive director, but it's not that I can just switch off now because there's a lot of knowledge sharing that I have to do with the board members. So yeah, let's make sure that next time board members that are stepping down, they don't really have to commit additional months for the knowledge transfer. So yeah, it's Fran Mendes who founded, came with the idea of AsyncAPI. He's back in the project. It's Tuli, our community queen, and
Ugo.
Ugo, that by the way, you can see my screen, right? And LinkedIn.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And Ugo, who might be familiar, especially for people that go to conferences, cooperate at conferences, although he's also strong now at Kong with some online presentations. A great friend that joined AsyncAPI when he was at Red Hat, now at Kong, and he's an AsyncAPI ambassador. So yeah, the three people. Communication is on social media ongoing, as Bami just mentioned, of like a newsletter and article, like a monthly update will go out at the end of the month and the beginning next month as usual. But the most important is that they know they are already also transparently visible on AsyncAPI website.
Yes,
And
there they are.
and yeah, so so that's it for now. What's next is I already had a chat with them to check because I know that Fran is on holidays, but we picked a date. So in 2 weeks, 2 hours before next community meeting, we will have an open public governance board meeting, the first meeting to basically align between me and the board how we proceed the handover of the project, because there's a then they will realize how much there is to actually take over, and they have to decide how they do it, and there's no way to resign. um okay, any questions about the work? Oh, I said everything, I guess. Okay, cool. Mentorship program, we talked about it. Ace, we did it for you. Transitioning to maintainership model, we talked a bit about it, but yeah, Ace use the maintainership channel, maintainer mentorship channel to share the timelines and also put updates there. Yeah, Ayush, we don't have you. Hacktoberfest, let's skip it for now. Onboarding new. Yeah, Ayush, you're not here. Maya, I said what was supposed to be said. Holopin. Yeah, Holopin. Oh my. I don't want to talk about Holopin now. It's a lot. Tuli, forgive me. I'm not gonna give update on Holopin. So basically, I'm just gonna briefly say Holopin is a tool that allows you to do digital badges. We already have it enabled for us in API organization. We have it for free because Holopin is super cool and they offer free services to open source projects. What I can show you is maybe the place where you can learn more. Just don't remember actually where is it. There's this workflow maybe. Oh wait, let's use the power of search. Can you hear my dog barking?
No, I think
Okay.
your mic must be really good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, in the same location where we have design stuff, there's this README about Holopin badges. So basically, it's actually no, I'm not gonna tell you how to use it because I don't know how to use it. I really don't know. There's some bot I know that we can use to request badges. There's a bunch of different badges, so I can, as an admin, I can show you. We have a lot of badges, so as a maintainer or contributor, you can claim your badge. I just don't know how you can do it. I just know how to approve it. So, um, so really, there's a lot of really nice badges. Everything is in the README, so you can check them out. And if you feel that you're eligible for getting a badge and then have it available to push, like publish somewhere, put it somewhere publicly, then yeah, for example, maintainer badge, but Antonio, you can experiment and try to claim maintainer badge because you now are one of the maintainers in the community repo. So yeah. But yeah, I leave it. I give a chance to Tuli because I guess it would be nice to have maybe some demo or something, some or but Antonio, maybe you can record like quick screencast when you're gonna be claiming your badge for maintainer. Because
Yeah, actually, it's a good idea.
yeah,
I will talk to Tuli about that.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the most important is that we have it so we can, yeah, give people a way to showcase to others that they're involved in Async API. And yes, and you can also, because we have now it enabled in community repo only, so we can use it because I also use it to, for example, claim badge for sponsors, so they can also, so our sponsors can take the badge and then publish on their website. But if somebody wants to have, like, for example, me as a generator maintainer, if I would like to be able to give contributor and other badges to people from the project that contribute to generator, then this is what I can show you. So you basically have to, yeah, if somebody wants to have a badge as a contributor of generator, then I invite you to tell me you want. Then I will, I can just show you in the .github repo, we have a new configuration, which is behind. Oh, I didn't merge the pull request from tool yet. Okay, I have to merge it. But yeah, there's a new topic. So basically me or any other maintainer, what I have to do, and I'm just gonna do it now for generator. I have to go to settings of the generator repo and add a topic. Get global holopin, save. And then you folks as maintainers, you just have to tell me. So yeah, that's the process. Unfortunately, you have to tell me like, hey, I added a relevant topic to my repo. And can you please run the workflows? So what I will do is Wait, let me approve this one. It's weird that because I was reviewing it this week. Apparently, I forgot to merge it. Okay, and so I will have to go to actions. I will have to go to global workflow to rule them all. And I just have to, click on run workflow. And that's it. And the automation will handle that. Holopin will get enabled in generator repo. And basically what will happen is that the generator repo will receive a file called holopin YAML, which is a config with all the badges. So you can, basically check out this in the configuration file, how stuff works with holopin. Oh yeah, there's this bot. Yeah. So I think it's as easy as just tagging the bot in the issue maybe, or pull request. Yeah, it should be that easy. Okay, enough of chaos. Marketing, we talked about marketing. All is good here. Wrap up, no time for wrap up. Okay, so let's go back. Hacktoberfest. So why I've put it here? So we have Studio, and in Studio we have an option called which one? Save? No. No. Oh, we don't have this one. I mean, we had an option to download, generate basically docs. Oh, interesting. We don't. Okay. Now it's so something that I have to check. Normally, we had in Studio an option that you can generate docs and save in HTML locally on your drive. And that was powered by Server API service. And this service was hosted on DigitalOcean. And we were hosting it for free because DigitalOcean gave us free credits to use it for different deployments. As a result, as a director, I'm involved sometimes with some discussions with DigitalOcean, and they recently reminded us that, I mean, they don't force us, but they would see it nice that projects that they support with free credits support them back by participating in Hacktoberfest, which makes a lot of sense. But also, I know that we had a lot of noise recently because of GSOC, a lot of people a lot of chaos in Slack because of so many people coming into the project. And Hacktoberfest is super popular, which means that I think that once we announce that we're part of the Hacktoberfest, it's going to be a lot. So I've put it here to discuss, but we really need some wider discussion, like basically how to protect the project, but still allow individual repositories to participate in such programs. So, for example, like Hacktoberfest, we might say, okay, it's too big for AsyncAPI. Like as an AsyncAPI org, we have so many things that we cannot participate in all the programs. But let's say for example, in the generator, I now have a really great guy who's I'm mentoring for becoming a maintainer. And Hacktoberfest would be a super good school for him because he would have, as a trainee for maintainership, he would be like Hacktoberfest would be for him like a stress test because he would be the first one that responds to issues in GitHub from all these contributors coming for Hacktoberfest. So for example, I'd love to participate as the maintainer of the generator. And the question is like how we can organize it. So how we can a way of process of saying like, or letting know the community like, hey, I want generator to participate in Hacktoberfest. I know it's easy to do. I just have to add a proper topic to the repo, prepare some issues, mark them properly that it's for Hacktoberfest, and that's it. But somehow I need to let know, for example, Tuli know about it because we don't know what will happen because of this. Maybe it's gonna create a wave of people joining Slack and again spamming a lot of Slack. So so probably Tuli needs to take it into account. I don't know, maybe lock some channel again, like we did with general channel, or just maybe code of conduct has to know about it because they have to monitor Slack and check if people are not violating rules too much. So that's what I wanted to bring in, like how let individual maintainers participate in different programs, like community programs, without stress testing the whole organization, basically. Because as an executive director, I was also approached a few weeks ago by another organization that is doing contributor hackathons. And as a director, of course, I told them like, hey, like we are done for now with this project. We have already so many projects that we're overloaded. But but that was from perspective of me protecting the community. But now I'm not director and I'm just repository maintainer. And I always like experiment, and I would say like, hey, why not participate? They claim that they have some new, really cool setup that they don't just let people attack your repo, but they match repo scope with the knowledge of the contributor, and that's how they connect people. So so for me, I'm curious. I would like to participate, but again, I'm afraid how it's gonna affect the whole async API. So I just wanted to highlight this, that we have to discuss if it's doable to expose async API to different programs, but then with a message like, hey, if you want to participate, you manage it on your own, and you just let us know what dates it's happening, so we can somehow get ready. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm speaking a lot.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand. I think majorly is and we want to experiment most of these projects and these programs that open source programs that are going on. And basically it's just aligning properly with the community. I think it's more of alignment between the maintainers and the community manager, which is Tuli now, because she's the one that will be getting all the most of the ripple effects of folks joining the community and all. So it's aligning with maintainers and Tuli and probably the code of conduct committee as well, so that at the time we will be experiencing a major coming through of contributors, we have some kind of rules or some kind of things that would have put in place. Maybe like you mentioned, looking some of the channels that will have a lot of noise and just leave introduction channel on for folks at that, meaning they're just going right there to introduce themselves and not give us a whole lot of noise, right? Again, the project you want to contribute to is on GitHub. So why make a lot of noise on Slack? The only thing we are expecting from Slack is when you have some questions regarding the project you want to contribute to. So I think if we put some things in place, we can just participate in all of these programs. I know Oktoberfest is very interesting. Some of us got into open source through Oktoberfest, so we know, we know. So yeah, I think putting some mechanism or measures into place before the program, since we know now it's coming, is in October, we have like a couple of months, we can put things in place before the program. So yeah, I think we can do it, but then we still need other stakeholders to be in the conversation.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's now just make sure that Tuli listens to this convo, and let's continue. What else do I have on my list? Yeah, so something that we luckily Tuli didn't wait, so we already discussed it. Christine, I haven't seen the comment, so we're gonna look into it in a sec. But basically, the idea is that I got this feedback from Naresh when and his experience in Singapore, and also my experience in Munich. So basically, the thing about the conferences that we organize at API Days is that it's the conference scope, it's API. It's not just AsyncAPI. So we're getting a huge amount of people always there who sometimes have no idea about AsyncAPI. But the talks that we have at our tracks are already specific on some specific part of AsyncAPI. They're not educational in the way that they're doing like 101, what AsyncAPI is, how to use it, etc. And the problem is that of course, at the booth, at the conferences, we're having a booth, so people can come to the booth before the track. But I'm pretty sure that didn't happen in Singapore. That not everybody participating and watching the talks were at the booth, and the same in Munich. Like we even had a situation that the booth was close to the room where we were supposed to have conference. And I was the whole first day, I was talking to people and saying like, hey, that's the room where you should come tomorrow to listen about AsyncAPI. And last minute, they moved us to another room. So might be that a few people, instead of ending up at AsyncAPI track, they ended up at OpenAPI track. So we probably had a lot of people that were not really aware of AsyncAPI. So we're missing this 10, 15 minutes where we can like highlight what AsyncAPI is, like really basic information, and even not really just about the technically what it is. But I think for us, especially in AsyncAPI, it's always super important, the community part, how we work, that it's all really done by us with a passion for open source, to highlight it to people, because the API Days is a pretty commercial conference. It's a business, and it's really nice to challenge people, like saying that API is not just business, it's also community, and that's what we do at AsyncAPI. So yeah, we need to find a balance, and I know Tuli's position here that it's hard to do, especially when we have just half a day. So yeah, we need to. Bami, you wanna?
Yeah, I think for that, we could maybe not brand it as intro. We could brand it as well, what is it now? I remember just now. What do we call this session? Oh geez, I just forgot. The keynotes.
Mhm.
The keynote session. So it's going to be part of the sessions we have for the whole event, but then it will be more of expressing what AsyncAPI initiative is about before the other technical speakers that's going up. So we can brand it as keynote. I think when we are negotiating the time slots for each of the conferences, we can allocate that time as well and just call it the keynote session. So we know that it's someone going there to represent AsyncAPI, maybe like you or Tilly or me while I was in Singapore. So we first talk about what AsyncAPI is, what the initiative is all about, before someone like Narish now comes in and talk about the technical part of AsyncAPI or how to use AsyncAPI with, other tools. So yeah, I think it's something we can do, but it will be like in the initial planning of negotiating time slots um with the organizers. For example, for API conference Lagos that is happening, I was told, or I know that we have literally the room for ourselves from after lunch till the end of the day. And I think API agenda do not extend till the end of the day. It's just a couple of speakers that are there. So for example, that there is like ample time. We can add like the keynote session to it that someone talk about what, but I think it's already in the section anyway. That someone talk about what Async API community is, what the initiative is about, the programs that we have, what we do in the community as a whole before people start talking about the technical parts. Yeah.
Actually, I like a lot the word keynote that you mentioned, because it's as you said, it's way different when we're talking about just intro, because that's how I talk about it. Like, yeah, we need intro, we need some explanation, but when we call it keynote, it's actually, I think, sending a pretty clear message that we really need this high level intro, which is not intro, it's a keynote. But I think it's gonna be much easier to then later use as an argument with API days, with hosts, to negotiate basically more slots or the different setup of time, length of the sessions. Okay. Okay, let's see how it evolves. Anybody has any comments? Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, quick one. We have past time, but still on the conference setup, I also like have an idea, and that is on you also mentioned it, but you mentioned it for our online webinars. But yes, we can be having something like a panel session too for our conferences. For instance, where we have two speakers speaking on one topic, we can have them multiple speaking on one topic, like three speakers, but instead of the both of them just going on stage and speaking, we have a moderator that will be asking them questions pertaining to that topic, and it will be like a more engaging session. But yes, it will just be like the same 25-minute or 30-minute slots of speaking of our agenda, but it's going to be like a panel instead of like just speakers. I don't know if you get what I mean.
I mean, that's one of the options basically that we can. Yeah. I mean, so me on my own, I don't have a strong opinion how that should look like. I just know it's important to have. It's really important to have. I could see people confused basically, and it's just a waste of effort, I think, because we're there to promote us, so we need also to always promote the basics. Like we need to basically assume that we always get new people, and that's what actually happens every single event. It's totally new, fresh people, and we need to somehow address that. And we're off time, and there's still this pretty important topic of registrations. But yeah, we can. I can actually record a what I have in my mind, why it's here, and I'm gonna put it in the community channel. Okay, so any further comments? Oh yeah, Christine, you wrote something. in the comment introducing myself. You want to introduce yourself, you mean?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm Christine. I've been a contributor for the community repo for a while, and Dooley DMs me on Slack saying, "Hey, I've seen the contributions you've made for the style guide. I really like it. Would you like to be a triager?" And then how it could lead to a maintainership in the future. And I said, "Yeah," and can't wait to continue working with you guys and figuring out like some sort of pathway to maintainership, eventual maintainership of the docs.
Awesome. Welcome. We need a lot of people for docs. So that's a great message that more and more people are showing up. I'm not gonna give you an exact pathway to maintainership because maintainership it's something new. We still need to line out, outline the this pathway. But if you already have a repo that is in your mind, because you can be docs expert in Async API in many different areas, it can be community, it can be website, it can be just specific repo, like it's with Florence and my generator project where she's maintainer of docs. So for sure, the pathway is to already pick something where you feel strong and you'd like to learn more if it comes to docs, and then be close with the maintainers. Help out, be visible to the maintainers of this given repo, and also check with them if they are planning to be mentors in the maintainership.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, because that's how it works with me as a maintainer of the generator. I basically always mentor people in maintainer in generator repo. So whoever would ask me, hey, I want to be mentee in the future maintainership project, I would basically answer like with guidelines, like what I look at when I pick mentees for the project. So yeah, do the same with maintainers of the probably community repo.
Yeah, she mentioned that.
Okay.
Wish she was here so we could like discuss like her mentorship like style, but I guess
Oh,
that's like next time.
okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, we really have to finish because hey, it's raining outside. It was hot and now it's raining, so it's pretty complex situation in Poland. So it's a really good excuse to finish. Thank you so much for joining. Greetings and saying hello to Tuli, who's disappointed with the way I'm running the meeting. But this answer is pretty simple from my side. Just do it yourself.
UI.
But yeah, thank you. And yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
All right.
Bye
Bye.
bye.